OK, now to the real estate agent who always gets the best deal for himself. He buys homes he says he can't sell, but then sells them for a massive profit in just 24 hours. And when the vendor complains, he lets fly. Here's James Thomas with an investigation into the agent who never loses until now.
I'm sorry, but the interview's over.
Ben Gough would prefer that tonight's story wasn't told.
He's a maggot. He's a thug. He's just not a nice person.
It's just wrong, totally wrong, what he's done.
When we were told about Ben Gough, we were told he was one of the best in the business.
He's got the HSV senator and the number plates to match. He's the top dog in the parking lot and the owner of Harcourt's real estate, Bundaberg. That's why Kylie and Ricky Batchelor leapt at the chance to have Ben Gough sell their property, 5 Halloran Court, Thebabbin in Bundaberg, Queensland.
He told me I could get $330 for it originally.
A fair price, the Batchelors thought, so they listed with Harcourt's. However, after they'd signed, Ricky says the story changed.
They told us they couldn't sell our house, you know, and just kept going. No one was interested in it, and it was a wreck. It was only a new house. They reckoned it was no good and that, in a bad area. And all they doing was getting the price down.
Having dramatically deflated the Batchelors' expectations, the man who failed to auction their property, Ben Gough, offered to buy it himself for $252,000. That's $78,000 less than the Batchelors were first told they would get.
We got told someone else offered $260, but we were better off to go with the agent because we wouldn't have to pay commission. So we still would have got the same amount of money in the long run.
That's what they told you?
Yeah, that's what they told me.
And so, desperate to sell, the Batchelors sold to Mr Gough. As the contract shows, Benjamin Wayne Gough bought the property on the 18th of February 2009 for $252,000. But then there's a twist. On the very same day, he sold it again for $297,000.
He bought it for $252,000, knowing full well he had a buyer at $297,000. He sold it the same day that he bought it and put $45,000 in his pocket.
Ricky and Kylie have asked me to talk to you.
Yep.
What they want is they want their $45,000 back.
Okay.
Right, so can I have a cheque for that?
Can you have a cheque for that?
Yes.
You could put all your questions to my lawyer and we'll go through it.
No.
In a statement, Ben Gough's lawyers denied any wrongdoing and said that the Office of Fair Trading had cleared Mr Gough in relation to the sale of 5 Halloran Court. We contacted Fair Trading in Queensland, but they declined to comment on the specifics, citing privacy reasons.
Well, he's taken $45,000 off me and my husband and my 4 kids.
I can imagine from the people that he bought the house off how bloody annoyed they'd be, because I know how annoyed I am.
Ray Prothero is the man who paid Ben Gough $297,000 for 5 Halloran Court. What Gough nor the Harcourt's agency never told him was that the Batchelors would have accepted his first offer of $280,000.
What I've found out now is I've paid far more than I should have. He's duped the owners that he bought the place off, and he's duped me by selling it at such a high price after he bought it.
As agent. However, the CEO of Harcourt's Queensland confirmed in a phone conversation that Gough did indeed own Harcourt's Bundaberg at the same time he bought the property.
On the 18th of February 2009, he was a director of a company called Gough Proprietary Limited, trading as Harcourt's Bundaberg Gough.
I don't do this as a common practice.
Others believe they are also victims.
Ben did call me about 3 times, asking me to sell the property. And eventually, I gave in and decided to do it.
Flor Hilditch deeply regrets it.
Ben Gough bought my property for $325,000, and a few months later, he sold it for over $500,000.
Are you a fighter? Am I a fighter? No, I'm not a fighter.
These are pictures of Ben Gough as a state champion kickboxer, and these are photos of Campbell Hill after allegedly being hit by Ben Gough in a nightclub.
What I was told was that Gough knocked me out.
Campbell sustained multiple fractures to the front of his face, a wired jaw for 6 weeks, nerve damage, and had 4 plates inserted into his head. Ben Gough faced court on charges of grievous bodily harm. However, he was acquitted.
He's not on my Christmas list. He's a rip-off man, that's all he is, a grub.
It's just wrong, totally wrong, what he's done.
A real estate auctioneer has a duty to the vendor to get the very best price for the vendor. They have a duty to act in the vendor's best interests. In this case, The auctioneer acted in the auctioneer's best interests and acted in the seller's worst interests.
That's James Thomas reporting.